मैनेजर बाबू, इन सब लोगों को मिट्टी का तेल दे दो, वरना तुम्हें इसी में तेल में चला कर मिट्टी कर दूंगा मैं।
फिर वही बात, मरने का नाम लेंगे, मैं आपसे कुछ कर लूंगा, कभी बात नहीं करूंगा।
होता मैना की कहानी, होता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी हो गई।
मगर क्या काम ही ऐसा होता है।
अच्छा है शादी से पहले भूले, कहीं शादी के बाद ना भूल जाना।
क्या बताऊं सीमा, अजीब बात है। जानती हो आज मैंने भूत देखा। तुम्हारी बात है।
लग जा गले फिर हंसी
देखो इधर देखो, मेरे हम सफर, जीवन के सफर में पीछे मुड़ के क्या देखना।
आदमी जो मेरे सामने खड़ा है, मेरे पीछे पड़ा है।
ले जाएंगे दिल वाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे। दिल वाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे। बजला ही रहा मैं घुंघरू की तरह।
माफ कीजिए खाना साहब, ठगराल साहब की पोजीशन मजबूत जरूर है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि उन्हें हराया नहीं जा सकता।
ये बात लीजिए, मैं हट जाता हूँ, आप ही आ जाइए।
हम काले हैं तो क्या हुआ, दिल वाले हैं हम तेरे चाहने वाले हैं।
इस दुनिया में जीना हो तो सुन लो मेरी बात। इस दुनिया में जीना हो तो सुन लो मेरी बात। इस जहान में मेरी दुनिया तो कुछ और
जिसकी है तुमको मैं उसी जन्नत से आया हूँ। मोहब्बत का तुम्हारे वास्ते पैगाम लाया हूँ। तेरी चम से मेरी डम से क्या रंग जाने लगा।
Wow, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So after this amazing solo song जो आपने सुना, तो इस गाने से हमें 2 बातें याद आती हैं, कालीचरण
Mm-hmm.
और रीना रॉय एंड ऑफ कोर्स लता जी। पर एक नाम जो इन सब के पीछे जो मोस्ट क्रिटिकल नेम जो कि इससे जुड़ा हुआ है, वो है फ़िल्म के प्रोड्यूसर। अगर वो नहीं है, तो ये गाने नहीं हैं, अगर वो नहीं है, तो ये फ़िल्में नहीं हैं,
बिल्कुल।
अगर वो नहीं है, तो ये म्यूज़िक हमारे साथ में नहीं, ये एंटरटेनमेंट नहीं है। तो ये सब कहाँ से आता है? So that name, ladies and gentlemen, for the audience of USA, UK, India, anywhere you are in the world, मैं संगीता माथुर सिमलोट, अपनी सुर धनक धुन की टीम शिल्पा जी एंड संजय जी भी आएंगे। बहुत-बहुत आपका स्वागत करती हूँ और साथ में आज एक बहुत ही खास मेहमान हमारे साथ में हैं, प्रवेश सिप्पी जी। उनका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत करते हैं आज स्टूडियो में। प्रवेश जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग टू द शो।
Thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure. But let me start with a trivia bit and a trick question for you. Do you know who wrote the song? Who wrote the lyrics to this song?
आनंद बख्शी साहब?
Nope.
No.
It's in
Was
their
it सिप्पी साहब ने खुद
in
नहीं लिखा?
their
Ravindra Jain.
रविंद्र जैन साहब ने
Ravindra Jain wrote this song.
वाओ!
It was an odd combination that my father created with Kalyaji Bhai, Anandji Bhai, and
Wow.
Ravindra Jain to write this song.
Wow. Wow. Ravindra
He
Jain
wasn't known.
साहब was-
He wasn't known at that time. I mean, you know, this was Kalicharan, Chor, Machaye, Shor, Fakira were all
Yeah.
back to back. He was
Yes.
emerging, but
Yeah.
people kind of knew him as a music composer. But he wrote this song.
Wow. Thank you so much for that
Wow.
trivia. Now we'll remember it forever. So because we focus on the melody, we focus on the singing and the music director, but guilty of not knowing who the lyricist was for this song. That's amazing. तो प्रवेश जी आपका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है।
Thank
So
you.
सिप्पी साहब ने अपने बैनर के नीचे बहुत सी फिल्में बनाई हैं जिनको हमने देखा है, पसंद किया है। शुरुआती दौर में जैसे कातिल फ़िल्म से उनकी शुरुआत हुई थी। फिर आई द मेगा बैनर, आई थिंक बिगेस्ट मूवी ऑफ इट्स टाइम, वो कौन थी? डू यू हैव एनी मेमोरीज ऑफ वो कौन थी?
I was born after that film came out.
आई सी।
but the memories are so many because it's a cult film, and
Yes.
and right from that babyhood, literally, I have been around, and I still am in touch, for example, with Mr. Manoj Kumar. I still text him, we still talk once in a while, you know, and so it's amazing. I mean, the film's a cult film, the people
Yes.
around it were beautiful, you know, really creative. It was like a family, literally. You know, this is an oft repeated cliche thing to say. Okay,
Yes.
you know, when we are making a film, we say, you know, we hung around like family. But literally, I mean, I refer to Manoj Kumarji as uncle, and he calls me beta, and
Oh
you
wow.
know, 50, 60 years almost now, whatever later, you know, we're still in touch, which means we really are family.
Absolutely, and such was the camaraderie of that time, जो कि लोगों में जो बंधन जो बंधा था संगीत के और फिल्मों के द्वारा, वो अभी तक चल रहा है। और उसका खास कारण ये था कि सारी टीम जो थी वो एक ही टेंट के नीचे होती थी। इट्स नॉट लाइक एक कोई शूटिंग करके जा रहा है, दूसरा आके उसमें फिल इन कर रहा है, या गाना गा के कोई जा रहा है, म्यूजिक उसमें फिट किया जा रहा है। ऐसा उस जमाने में नहीं था।
And especially the kind of movies, you know, for example, Gumnaam, most
Yes.
of it was shot in Goa. तो सब एक साथ गए, और अगर कोई 2 दिन बैठा हुआ है, या you know, they just hung around together, and
Yes.
that's why that chemistry is visible. You know,
Yes. So
they were friends. They were into the film, and fighting over the words that were being said, and you know what the other person was saying, and all of that was equally important to them. You know,
that is so
that's why
amazing.
these great movies got made.
इट्स लाइक फैमिली एंड दैट्स एग्जैक्टली राइट कि इसीलिए ये जो फिल्में बनती थी वो आज तक हमें याद है, जो संगीत है वो आज तक हमें याद है। अभिषेक सराफ जी कहते हैं टाइम फॉर एनएनसीपी प्रोडक्शन टू बी एट द टॉप अगेन। आई थिंक दे ऑलरेडी आर। हम लोग तो जो सेलिब्रेट करते हैं गोल्डन एरा का म्यूजिक, उसमें ज्यादातर जो गाने हम गाते हैं ये उन्हीं की फिल्मों से उठाए गए हैं, तो दे आर एट द टॉप फॉर एवर। तो एक प्रोड्यूसर का फिल्म में क्या रोल होता है? आई नो दैट्स अ वेरी जनरलाइज्ड क्वेश्चन, लेकिन ऑडियंस के लिए जानना जरूरी है कि ये जो प्रोड्यूसर का जो ये होता है एक्शन अपनी फिल्म में, क्या उनका काम रहता है इसमें?
आज प्रोड्यूसर का रोल जो है वो बदल गया है विद द कॉर्पोरेट स्ट्रक्चर, विद द वे मूवीज आर मेड, बट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एनएन सिप्पी एंड हिज टाइम। तो उस टाइम पे प्रोड्यूसर was literally the originator, the father of the whole project. कभी उन्होंने कुछ कहीं कहानी सुनी and he decided to make a film, and from there he decided who to invite to direct, who to go to, for the other technicians and all of that, and put the whole project together, then literally hold them together, arrange for funding. So he has to be a businessman. He has to be a creative guy. He has to be a marketing man because he has to bring the film out. Today, in the corporate structure, there are divisions, and the guys making the movie almost have no say in how it's going to be promoted. But my father literally, sat on the design of the poster, went to the studio where those hand-painted, humongous banners that came out on the streets and on the cinema, outside, they were huge, and those were hand-painted in those days, not the digital printing that we have today.
Wow.
So from every little thing, it mattered to him as a producer because it was his baby, his responsibility.
Yes.
It's his job to make sure that the director's vision, is happening. He's supported well enough. It's his vision to bring it out to the audience, giving them what he's promised, through the marketing that's been done, to deliver a film that they're expecting. And everything was his responsibility.
Wow.
And it was literally him taking, or a producer at that time, who took the entire responsibility on his shoulder and said, yes, this is my film. I made it work. Or if it didn't work, I'm to blame.
Wow.
Today, there's, everybody deflects it and passes the buck on. But at that time, it wasn't like that.
Yes, I can see in जो pictures आपने मेरे साथ share करी थी, every single film he had pictures where he is on the set, like शबाना जी के earring को set कर रहे हैं, या फिर रेहाना सुल्तान जी को बीच पे कैसे चलना है वो बता रहे हैं. So it was like a one man show. मैं समझती हूँ कि as a producer we can call him the head of the household.
Absolutely.
वो घर खरीद के अपनी पूरी फैमिली को देते हैं, और उसमें कोई भी नुकसान हुआ तो उन्हीं का होगा. No one else.
All responsibilities are his. Anything good happening is shared. If anything bad happens, it's the producers.
Wow, wow, that is so nice to hear कि producer का इतना बड़ा role होता है. And in fact, you are a producer yourself. तो आप कैसे manage करते हैं? I mean, I know you have made a lot of films also. So it must be pretty intense work.
It is intense at times. One wonders, is this really the best shoes or the worst shoes to be on? On the set. Sometimes it's a nightmare. But at the end of the day, even today as a producer, there is this whole involvement at every stage with everything, and you have to be a good all-rounder. You have to have a little bit of sense, if not too much, in every department, so that while your film is getting made, you know what's going on. You can't be taken for a ride while it's being planned, and coming out, so your budget has to be right.
Hmm.
Everything you have to know it, be
Know
good
it
with
all.
everything. Yeah,
Yes, kind of an all-rounder.
yeah, yeah.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल। तो बड़ी बड़ी फ़िल्में उनकी हमने भी देखी हैं, जैसे सरगम मूवी देखी थी और कालीचरण तो ऑफ कोर्स, मेरी जंग
My favorite.
यस, वो कौन थी हैज़ बीन माय एब्सोल्यूट फेवरेट। और अभी-अभी हाल में मैंने चोर मचाए शोर मूवी भी देखी। और चोर मचाए शोर बचपन में देखी थी, बट आई वॉच्ड इट जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ इट। ऐसे इतना प्यारा उसका म्यूजिक है एंड इतनी बढ़िया फिल्म उसकी बनाई है। टेल मी, उस गाने में रविंद्र जैन जी का संगीत था। सो
उनकी पहली फिल्म थी, यस।
हाउ डिड दैट कम अबाउट?
सो दैट घर पे मतलब ऑलमोस्ट 3 4 5 6 बार महीने में कम से कम रात को महफिल लगती थी, पार्टियां होती थी। और people like Ravindra Jain, I remember very clearly as a youngster. Usha Khanna was just on the anvil. Then in Kalyanji Bhai's team, Babla, his brother, and a couple of other people emerging in that group, Pankaj Udas and people like that. They've all been here in our house, singing at parties, singing the night, just having a good time. But from there, Dad would sense and pick up and find, people and that he worked with, and he would encourage them, and in that way he would sit, and then maybe he was test marketing, because while they sung some favorites and some known songs in the evening, he'd also slip in one or two of the new ones that he probably got created or that he had his mind on, and he'd encourage them to sing that. And depending on how the people in the party reacted to it, he kind of knew that he's found a great song. I've seen that happen as a child as well.
Wow, that's amazing. And it does require a lot of artistic mind and insight for future also, कि future में कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हम आज जो कर रहे हैं वो कल कैसा नजर आएगा, ये हमें अंदाजा ही नहीं होता है।
ये सिलसिला है प्यार का टाइटल सॉन्ग जो हमने करिश्मा कपूर के ऊपर 1996-7 में पिक्चराइज किया, वो गाना एक्चुअली चोर मचाए शोर के या फकीरा के टाइम पे रिकॉर्ड हुआ था।
Oh, wow.
Of course, it was engineered and mastered to be modernized and recreated by Jatin Lalit for this film. But the original song was recorded and kept to find an opportunity to use, and it was timeless because we used it in a film so much later.
Wow. So I'm so happy कि हम लोग ये कॉन्वर्सेशन कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि ये स्टोरीज जो हैं ये डब्बे में बंद होती हैं, जैसे कोई अनरिलीज्ड फिल्म की तरह से। तो जब तक हम बातचीत नहीं करते हैं तो ये बातें तो सोशल मीडिया पे हमें नहीं दिखाई देती हैं। और ये बहुत अच्छे, आई मीन दिस इज अमेजिंग। ये सिलसिला है प्यार का चलता रहेगा, बहुत ही बढ़िया गाना है। और उसमें जैसे एक मेलोडी तो बहुत अच्छी है विद अ मॉडर्न फ्लेवर। With a modern flavor.
It was recreated by Jatin Lalit. They did a fabulous job with it, but the original song was the source of inspiration.
Wow, that's amazing. Neeta ji, आपका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है. She says we are grateful for God's blessing to be NN Sippy family. Is she related to you, Pravesh ji?
That's my wife.
वेरी नाइस। नीता जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। तो सिप्पी फैमिली तो बहुत सारे सिप्पी नाम सुनते हैं। टेल मी, रमेश सिप्पी साहब, एनसी सिप्पी साहब, उनसे इज देयर फैमिली रिलेशनशिप?
Quite a large Sippy family, and there's essentially the three households, which is the GP Sippy family that did Sholay, Shan, Sagar, Andaz, and all those great films. The NC Sippy family that did a whole lot of Rishikesh Mukherjee classics, and then Dadu, Rajan Sippy did Satte Pe Satta and Inkar and those great movies. And then there's NN Sippy, and I'm the only son. So for NC Sippy, there was his two sons, Romu, who looked after the business and was the producer, and Raj was the director, the creative guy. In the Sippy family, GP Sippy family, Ramesh Sippy, who directed Sholay, was the main creative guy, and his other brother was in charge of production under Mr. GP Sippy's So that's how the main families and the whole thing started. We have another Ramesh Sippy in the family, my cousin, who's Jitendra, the actor's brother-in-law,
Oh,
and
wow.
his sister's married to Jitendra. Yes,
Yeah.
and Ramesh is now the president of the Distributors Association. He's one of the leading distributors. So everybody's kind of made their own niche and done a great
Oh,
job
wow.
wherever
Wow.
they
That's
whatever they
amazing.
pursue. Yeah.
So many Sippys. So that's like Sippyization of the Bollywood film industry.
No,
I,
but but the three main Sippys weren't really related or connected. Mr. NC Sippy, of course,
oh,
we had no relationship. With Mr. GP Sippy, he was my grandfather's first cousin, so my
I
dad's
see.
uncle. But
Mm,
as we come down to this generation, we're friends. We know each other well, and we do
mhm.
interact very often. Helping each other out or whatever it might be. But
जी,
it's not a family thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so good to hear about all these things. So जैसे हर किसी के एक कोई फेवरेट होता है, जैसे कोई फेवरेट एक्टर हुआ, फेवरेट सिंगर हुआ, एनएन साहब का कोई फेवरेट था, जैसे एक्टर, फेवरेट मूवी, फेवरेट सिंगर्स?
I, he loved them all, and he repeatedly worked with all of them. Everybody, did 2 or 3 or 4 films for him. So he found ways to work again and again with people, whether it was a director, so Mr. Subhash Ghai did Kalicharan and Meri Jung,
Yes.
or Mr. C.P. Dixit did 3 or 4 films for us, Fakira, Ghazab, and a couple of others. Like that, he worked with Gulzar Saab in
Mm.
some form or the other as a songwriter in Devtaa,
Mhm.
Chal Baithe Church Ke Piche.
Oh,
Uh,
it's amazing. Yeah,
yeah, that
beautiful.
was written by Gulzar Saab. All the songs in Ghar, which I think is one of my personal favorites in Dad's entire list. I think every song in Ghar is outstanding, and
Yes,
he worked with him on Mausam, which was not our home production, but Dad had financed it and distributed it
I see.
considerably across. So
Wow.
he worked very closely with Gulzar Saab. So
Mm.
similarly, Anand Bakshi, LPG, Lakshmikant Pyarelal, they did several films for us. He worked with everybody, but I think as a personal favorite, as a special friend, Aruna Irani and Danny were special to him for some reason.
Oh,
They are both amazing people. Yeah, how some people are like down to earth. They don't walk around with a celebrity crown on their head, and very, very like down to earth and simple people.
Yeah,
Simple
yeah.
people. So I like them. And I'll share a little secret with you. When I was in high school, I had a crush on Danny. I think it was I found him very like unique actor, even though he used to do like the side actor roles. But I was in love with him, and I had a lot of posters, a lot of clipping. Anytime the magazine would come out and it will have Denny's pictures, I'll just cut it and put it in my textbooks. So
Yeah, he was fabulous in Kalicharan in the cameo. He was
yeah,
great in in
yes,
in
Chor
Fakira.
Machaye Shor, Chor Machaye
In
Shor also.
Devta,
Yes,
nominated
yes,
for Filmfare.
yes.
Yeah,
Chor Machaye
fabulous,
Shor also had
yeah,
Denny in a
fabulous
very
actor, fabulous actor.
yeah,
He
fabulous.
directed and acted. He directed Phir Raat and acted in it. So that
Oh,
was his debut. So that's why
wow.
I'm saying Danny probably was a favorite.
Yeah, that's nice because who you associate with tells a lot about your own personality also. So I
True.
can tell it was must have been really great timings. Did you ever go to film shootings and all with him?
Always as a kid, if and all the songs were shot in summer, so it was when school we were holidaying, so we went to Kashmir and Uti and all these places very often because
Wow.
that's the time they'd shoot the songs.
Mm-hmm.
So like the picture that you had in the promo in the beginning, and
Yes, yes,
with
yes.
that, so I was there on the set looking at them doing that.
Oh wow! So it must
Yeah.
have brought back memories for you. It's very
Yeah,
nostalgic.
so most of these pictures that I see and that I have in my archives, and I've
Okay.
looked after them. In fact, taken a lot more pain recently. I've given all my material to Shivendra Singh Dungarpur's Film Heritage Foundation, where they are being preserved, restored, and being maintained in very scientific conditions, and the way they handle things. So 100 years later, the hope is 100 years from now, when none of us are alive, and if someone wants to research the movies, of the 70s, 80s, 60s, probably my dad's films will certainly be around for them to look at, research, or have enough material to see and understand what movies were.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I've done that. Yes, I've
Absolutely, and we can vouch for that. I mean, we are talking about the cult classics. I mean, who can forget वो कौन थी? ये तो मूवीज ऐसी हैं कि जिनको मंदिर में रख के पूजा हम कर सकते हैं. इतनी बिगर कैलिबर की मूवीज हैं. क्या तो उनमें म्यूजिक है, एक्टिंग है, सारा it's a lot goes behind the scenes that
the world's favorite is, I think, today, in the last 4 or 5 years, Lag Ja Gale, because
Yes.
every aspiring singer,
Yes.
makes a demo using that song. Every reality show uses that song.
Yes.
A lot of big films, even Karan Johar used the
Yes.
song in one of his films.
Yes.
So
Or
that song
Mazid
is,
Kizar
but
it's
but
classic.
Naina Barse does something for me. I don't know.
I know. And I'm going to sing that little bit later. Yes, Naina Barse is my personal favorite also. लग जा गले के लिए सुना जाता है कि वो फिल्म से पहले इंक्लूड नहीं कर रहे थे, या ये हुआ था कि no, it doesn't suit the tempo.
No, everything was fine. Raj Khosla ji didn't like it initially. It took a lot of cajoling by my father, and more importantly, Mr. Manoj Kumar.
Yes.
To I mean, they couldn't force him, but they did get him to come back again and again to the sitting room and listen to it and figure it out for himself, that the song was brilliant. And then they finally used it. So yes.
So did you follow up with Raj Khosla ji much later? Did he now feel good about including the song, or would he?
Like I said, I was just born at that time. So for several years, people, like I said, always came to our home, and Dad never was always friendly with everybody, way beyond. Usually, what happens is you're on a project, you're great friends, you go your way onto a next movie, get busy, and you really keep in touch with people. But my dad always had, all of them were really friends, and so I remember Raj Khosla and family coming and us going and all of that. But in particular, to answer this question, नहीं मुझे बिल्कुल कुछ पता नहीं है कि did he regret it? Was he, what did he feel after it became a blockbuster song? No, I don't know anything about that. I was too young.
I think he would have regretted if the song was not included. Or maybe
it would never have released and nobody would have heard it. And
or maybe it would have surfaced years later in a modern movie, जहाँ पर उसको modernize करके present करते. But I think that particular song, male singers have sung it, females have sung it, बच्चों ने गाया है, बड़ों ने गाया है. मतलब कोई ऐसा नहीं है जिसने लग जा गले नहीं गाया है. It's the और for the past 2 decades or so, हम लोग जो कैरियोकी यूज करते हैं meragana.com पे, उसमें टॉप फेवरेट की लिस्ट वो हर हफ्ते रिलीज करते हैं. लग जा गले है, मुझे लगता है उन्होंने उसको क्लिप पिन करके रख दिया है ऑन द टॉप. इट डज नॉट कम डाउन. So Lakshmi ji, thank you so much. Yes, Pravesh ji is a sentimental guy. I can already tell that he values relationships, and he's a very responsible. And I thank you so much for bringing him on the show. Lakshmi ji was instrumental in connecting us, and I'm so happy that she did. तो हम लोग गाने जो हैं हमने चूज किए हैं, कुछ हमारी पसंद के, कुछ जो आपने अपनी पसंद के बताए थे. तो we will be singing. Praveshi, so nice to talk to you. if you want to stay on screen and listen to the whole program, please feel free to do that. That way you get a chance to chime in also once in a while. It's up
Sure.
to you, or that's perfectly fine. Or if you want to relax.
Happy to do that.
Okay, wonderful. So I would like to invite Sanjay Rajgopalji, our next singer. He is singing one of my Kishore Das most favorite solo song, which I would have picked up if they had allowed me to sing a male solo. I am sure this song needs no introduction. It's घुंघरू की तरह बजता ही रहा हूं मैं. मुझे लगता है कि वो बिल्कुल दिमाग की जो तार होते हैं, दिल दिमाग के, वो झंझना जाते हैं
You can
इस
feel the pain.
गाने. फील इट. तो इनफैक्ट मैंने मूवी देखने का मैं जब वो उस गाने को देख रही थी, वी वर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू चूज द बेस्ट सॉन्ग्स ऑफ रमेश, आई मीन NN Sippy साहब. तो ये गाना, दिस सॉन्ग पॉप्ड अप, एंड बचपन में मूवी देखी थी. आई हैव टू वॉच इट अगेन. तो वो रात को 2 बजे तक बैठकर मैंने वो मूवी देखी, just to see what context was used for घुंघरू की तरह. So Sanjay Rajgopalji, he's a
Namaste.
brilliant singer in the area. So we welcome you on the show, and here we go.
Thank you for the introductions, Sangeeta.
Thank you.
And welcome, Pravesh ji.
Thank you.
Enjoy listening to all the tidbits, and please continue to do so.
Yes. So Pravesh, I'll mute you for a minute while
Sure,
we're
sure.
singing, just so we don't get echo. Okay.
Can I have the
Yes. Here we go.
this volume
And-
increased a little bit?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, this is an all-time favorite of mine.
Always.
घुंघरू की तरह बजता ही रहा हूँ मैं, घुंघरू की तरह बजता ही रहा हूँ मैं. कभी इस पग में, कभी उस पग में बंधता ही रहा हूँ. बजता ही रहा हूँ मैं. कभी टूट गया, कभी तोड़ा गया, 100 बार मुझे फिर जोड़ा गया. कभी टूट गया, कभी तोड़ा गया, 100 बार मुझे फिर जोड़ा गया. यूं ही लुट लुट के और मिट मिट के बनता ही रहा हूँ मैं, घुंघरू की तरह बजता ही रहा हूँ मैं. मैं करता रहा औरों की कही, मेरी बात मेरे मन ही में रही. मैं करता रहा औरों की कही, मेरी बात मेरे मन ही में रही. कभी मंदिर में, कभी महफिल में सजता ही रहा हूँ मैं, घुंघरू की तरह
अपनों में रहे या गैरों में, घुंघरू की जगह तो है पैरों में। अपनों में रहे या गैरों में, घुंघरू की जगह तो है पैरों में। फिर कैसा गिला जग से जो मिला, सहता ही रहा हूँ मैं घुंघरू की तरह, बजता ही रहा हूँ मैं घुंघरू की तरह, बजता ही रहा हूँ, बजता ही रहा हूँ।
Wow, that was amazing, Sanjay.
Thank you.
This fantastic rendition today. Pura full justice to the song, and it's wonderfully done. बहुत बढ़िया लगा आपका ये गाना सुन के, and घुंघरू की तरह is one of our absolute favorite song.
Maybe you should do a female version of it then.
No, another time. But today, Praveshi, hope you enjoyed that.
Absolutely. It is also one of my favorite of the songs that I did.
Yes. चलिए. So moving forward, I'll sing your favorite song from Woh Kaun Thi, and
Thank you.
allow me to sing नैना बरसे रिम झिम। उसकी एक कहानी हम संगीता जी से सुनते हैं कि जब शूटिंग हो रही थी तो लता जी वाज नॉट अवेलेबल, तो शी कुड नॉट रिकॉर्ड द सॉन्ग, तो मदन जी ने अपनी आवाज़ में ये गाना रिकॉर्ड किया, फिर साधना जी ने उस पर लिप सिंक करके ये शूटिंग की।
That's true. And when they were filming, the public that was just couldn't figure out why Sadhna was singing in a man's voice, and they had no clue what was going on while they were filming in Simla, I think it was.
Amazing what films go through and how they are made is just totally amazing कि कितना work.
Similar story. Kavita Krishnamurthy was on the horizon, and she sung the title song of our film Meri Jung really beautifully. But the song was designed for Lataji, and when Lataji came, was available, we got her to sing it. But then everyone decided that Kavita had done such a great job. So if you go now onto the album and to the film, there is one segment of the song where we've retained and credited Kavita with it. The one piece that comes at the climax.
Yes.
And it was beautiful. So yeah, these things happen in movies.
Yes. This amazing. I mean, they create history, of course. So let's hear Nena per se. Thank
That's
you.
not an easy song.
Thank you
It's
so much.
beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, these songs are like classics. So I really enjoyed singing this song. Thanks everybody for your beautiful. You're too generous with your words. Lataji will remain Lataji, but we just pray her and try to do justice to her songs. Thank you, Lakshmi ji. Yes, a lot of super hit movies. Woh Kaun Thi will remain my absolute favorite, and its music will remain my favorite. Madan ji's album. So next, I would like to invite Shilpa ji. You guys want to do a duet next?
Yeah, yes, we can do that.
Yeah. So we'll now change gears and then present a duet song. एक बहुत ही बढ़िया मूवी आई थी सरगम.
All right,
Sargam
let's do
movie.
Sargam.
Yeah. Here we go. So next they're presenting the Duffly wala song, and in fact we have a Duffly here that I own a Duffly, and when Chintu passed away, I named it Chintu Duffly. So I made his sketch on the Duffly and named it Chintu.
Wow.
All right. So over to you, Sanjay ji and Shilpa ji.
डफली वाले डफली बजा मेरे घुंघरू बुलाते मैं नाचूं तू नचा
तेरी छम छम से मेरी डम डम से क्या रंग छाने लगा है।
आँखों के रस्ते तू हंसते हंसते दिल में समाने लगा है हाय हाय
तेरी छम छम से मेरी डम डम से क्या रंग छाने लगा है।
आँखों के रस्ते तू हंसते हंसते दिल में समाने लगा है
उन्हें भी दिखाओ उन्हें भी दिखाओ उन्हें भी बुलाओ कहाँ है ये दुनिया वाले।
डफली वाले डफली बजा मेरे घुंघरू बुलाते मैं नाचूं तू नचा डफली वाले डफली वाले डफली वाले डफली
There's a great story that I'd like to share with everyone here. The director did not want this on. Nobody knows that. He fought with my dad. He didn't come to the. My father went ahead with the song. Got a picture right now, the director being on the set. And finally, towards the end of the film, did Mr. K. Vishwanath actually accept this song and understand its value? Because in the original Telugu film, the girl prays to the man like a god and accepts him. And it was a more devotional kind of a song in the original. But we're making a Hindi movie and we gotta, take it up there. So Dafli Wale was created and the director was against it, completely against it.
Wow, that's amazing story. That's wonderful, wonderful. No,
Another- yeah.
Sargam was another cult classic. I mean, we
Yes.
just, I think Jaya Prada rose to fame with that movie.
It was her first film.
Her first
So
film.
my dad had a lot of first movies, debuts for people, directors, technicians, actors. There was so many people that started their career with that.
So many people should be grateful to NN Sippy Sahab for giving their career a kickstart. So that's
A lot of them remain very grateful. They still speak about it. Mr. Ghai always mentions it. So many people, they always acknowledge the fact that dad did play a big part in their lives.
That's amazing. So if, fast forward years later, I mean, these stories that we hear from the 70s and 80s, and they just give you such a good, sweet taste in your mouth, कि उस ज़माने में जो हुआ था, it was a reality. It's not like...
It's all the golden years.
Yes, that's what they call it, the golden era. And I think part of that reason being ये movies इतनी अच्छी तरह से बनाई जाती थी और इतना प्रेम से बनाई जाती थी in a way, तो ये आज तक हमें याद रहती हैं, definitely. And we would like to talk about your movies also. What movies are you coming up with? And I know Sippy Productions तो अभी चल रही है.
Well, I've remained in the business, but with changing times, mainstream commercial movies like people expect, the kind my dad made. I stopped doing that some time ago for various reasons. I think I evolved, I changed, the market changed, the whole scenario in what we call Bollywood here changed. So I just found myself a different sort of space that I really am happy with. I made a national award winning film called Daira, which Amol Palekar directed, and I had an unusual music combination in that with Gulzar working with Anand Milan for the first time.
Wow.
And not very many people have really heard those songs. For some reason, Saregama didn't really promote it really well, to be honest. But if you can go back now that you're aware of this, I'd urge people on the show today listening in, to find songs of Daira on the net, and I'm sure you'll love them. There's one Lori in there that just moves me every time I hear it, and in fact, all three songs in that film just, my hair stands. I love that music. It's really special. That whole film is really special. So that started my independent track while I was with Dad, but I did that all on my own, and from there I started doing stuff very different from what Dad would have liked to approve or participate in. So I continued doing what he was doing, and was with him happily, and was doing what I wanted to do on the side as well. So in that I've evolved, and the absolute latest film is actually a very impactful documentary on the 70 million homeless in India called The Invisible Visible. And we just started that. We won the Best Documentary Award at the Sweden International Film Festival 2 weeks ago. Thank you. There's some great things happening with that film. The impact that it's creating. The government of India actually allotted 100 crore rupees to a pilot project, which is all sort of initiated after having our film and the people who are in the film. Tariq is a wonderful man who's doing some great work, and now he's part of that project with the government. So yeah, I've been doing things like that, giving back to the society and feeling good about things. I hopefully make a little money with it sometimes. Sometimes I don't, but no regrets. It's more about the message that I'm putting out, the goodness that I'm putting out, because I believe this audio visual medium has tremendous power. So we need more support, which we don't get at times for these kind of films, but it's evolving, and there are avenues to show it, and people that really care do end up seeing it. So I'm happy. And just before that, I did a film called The River of Love, which commercially has got stuck because of the 2 years lost in COVID. We had a big theatrical in France planned, and COVID happened. And then things haven't really gone back to normal. Times have, people's tastes have changed. Various things have happened in these 2.5 years. So that film hasn't been seen by too many, but I won 22 awards with that in the festival circuit journey, Moscow Film Festival, and festivals like that. So yes, so I've been doing good work, and I'm happy about that. I don't know about the blockbusters. They all have. Even this documentary has one song, but I think it has a fabulous song. It's fantastic. River of Love has again a new person on the front with the music. The actor Akash Khurana has composed the music. No one knows, but he's a talented musician, and this is his first film as a composer. And there's 3 songs in that film that blow my mind. But unfortunately, I have to still, I haven't found a way to bring it out to people. So that's a hidden gem at the moment that I'm holding on to, and hopefully someday soon somehow, you'll hear that, and maybe in a show next year sometime we'll analyze all of those songs.
That's wonderful. We can't wait to see that on bigger platforms. So, yeah, that's wonderful. Amazing job what you're doing. And as
Thank
Lakshmi
you.
ji said, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So, that is so true. Thank you so much for giving us all the information.
Thank you.
Moving on, let's hear the song from Ghar that you had mentioned.
I had a lot of fans watching the show. I had reached out to the fan club and told them to come on. So
And they're all here.
I
I
was
can
only
see that.
waiting.
We have a good number of audience today. So, yeah, welcome to everyone. Thank you so much. जी।
जाने क्या होता है हर बात पे कुछ होता है, दिन में कुछ होता है और रात में कुछ होता है। थाम लेना जो कभी देखो हमें उड़ते हुए, आजकल पाँव ज़मीं पर नहीं पड़ते मेरे। बोलो देखा है कभी तुमने मुझे उड़ते हुए, आजकल पाँव ज़मीं पर नहीं पड़ते।
Thank you.
That film pushed the envelope years ago.
Yes, I mean this is like a amazing film, और उसका music and everything was so beautiful about this song, and Rekha ji's acting on top, and just her picturization as a housewife, I think became a role model for a lot of housewives in that era. So a great movie made, Ghar. So Ghar के नाम से ही आपके
अगला वही
yes,
मूवी का गाया
yeah. Which one? आपकी आंखों में कुछ, that's a duet song, but you can do your solo song. I would like you to do the Fakira wala gana.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's hear it. Yeah. वंडरफुल शिल्पा जी, बहुत बढ़िया. So ये भी शबाना जी की शायद पहली फिल्म थी जो फकीरा उन्होंने एज अ कमर्शियल आर्टिस्ट.
First commercial.
So he launched Shabana Azmi also as a commercial actress then.
And then she did it as well. So yeah, he worked with everybody a few times.
That is good. And the picturization of this song and everything is so beautifully done. And the music and Lataji's singing, of course. So just a wonderful and a very happy and fun movie to watch.
Lataji respected my dad a lot, and recently she sent a nice long tribute, which I didn't share with you because I used it on another show in the recent past. But I could share it with you off record. But for her to say the things she said about dad, and so again, it was that mutual respect thing, and long relationship over years, and she sang. I mean, for me, my first movie, Meri Jung, and I had the opportunity of having worked with her and stood by her in the studios. Like, wow.
She's like a giant. She was like a giant. So, in fact, I know Lataji was one of the strongest pillars of the industry, and she has given so much. And I think a lot of times these songs that we hear now would not have been as popular as they are had it not been for Lataji's voice. So वो गाने हम सुनते हैं उन्होंने, I mean, she immortalized the song. So you see, we have Lataji adorning the wall all the time, and we come here. This is our music temple, and we bow to her, and then we start our show. Pravesh ji would request you, and Lakshmi ji is also saying that do share Lataji's gift. So please.
Wow. I won't be able to retrieve it and find it now. But what I'll do is I'll share it with you, and you probably know how to share it with people here.
Sure, I will do that. I will do that. Definitely. So मेरी जंग की बात आई है, तो मेरी जंग का एक गाना मैं सुनाना चाहूँगी. और वो मूवी भी मैंने बहुत बार देखी है, क्योंकि वो उसमें जो वो पॉइजन वाला सीन था, वो that was my favorite. और
very it was my film, and I initiated the project. I urged my dad to invite Mr. Ghai home for dinner and get something going, and Meri Jung happened, and then dad just said, I'm not coming to the sets, you're on your own, you're on the battlefield, go make the film.
Wow. So
he came once or twice in one movie, and then we showed him the first cut and finished the film the way he wanted.
Amazing movie. I mean, ये जो उस ज़माने में आई थी एक्शन फिल्म्स जो हुआ करती थी, not like fighting वाला खून खराबे वाला action. This was lot of emotions and intensity इसमें. और ये गाना भी बड़ा लंबा चलता है, throughout the film ये चलता रहता है. This was like so has a lot of people singing it and all. So allow me to.
I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you.
हर कदम एक नई जंग है जिंदगी हर कदम एक नई जंग है तूने ही सजाए हैं मेरे होठों पे गीत तूने ही सजाए हैं मेरे होठों पे गीत तेरी प्रीत से मेरे जीवन में बिखरा संगीत मेरा सब कुछ तेरी देन है मेरे मन के मीत मैं हूँ एक तस्वीर तू मेरा रूप रंग है जिंदगी हर कदम एक नई जंग है जिंदगी हर कदम एक नई जंग है हौसला न छोड़ कर सामना जहाद का हौसला न छोड़ कर सामना जहाद का वो बदल रहा है देख रंग आसमान का ये शिकस्त का नहीं ये फतह का रंग है जिंदगी हर कदम एक नई जंग है जिंदगी हर कदम एक नई जंग है रोज कहाँ ढूंढेंगे सूरज चांद सितारों को रोज कहाँ ढूंढेंगे सूरज चांद सितारों को आग लगाकर हम रोशन कर लेंगे अंधियारों को आग लगाकर हम रोशन कर लेंगे अंधियारों को हम नहीं जब तक दिल में उमंग है जिंदगी हर कदम एक नई जंग है जिंदगी हर कदम एक नई जंग है जीत जाएंगे हम जीत जाएंगे हम तो अगर संग है जिंदगी हर कदम एक नई जंग है
Thank you so much for all the appreciation. Thank you.
I'm just emotionally, my first movie and just brought back. I was transported to the sets and the filming and the things that were happening. And
Thank you so much for making this film. In fact, I'll tell you a little story. जब COVID शुरू हुआ था, so by profession I am a medical doctor. So हम लोग इंडिया में जो हमारे colleagues हैं, so we decided that we should do an inspirational video क्योंकि उस वक्त everybody was very much down and disturbed and very emotional. So हम लोगों ने करीब 40-50 batchmates ने मिलकर I had created a video presentation of all the songs. So this was the song that I had sung with my singing partner in India. So हम लोगों ने उसको record किया था online separate time and then merged it together. And ये गाना हमने गाया था as a tribute. तो वो करीब 23 minutes का पूरा video compilation था जिसमें different smaller inspirational music of our film industry. So this was one of the songs. But I didn't know that you were the mastermind behind this song. So thank you so much. And
thank you.
Yes, thank you. So I would like to invite Sanjay ji on stage and Shilpa ji. Do your duet song. So जो duet song ये लेकर आ रहे हैं वो भी एक बहुत ही again घर का duet है, so बहुत ही प्यारा, very nice duet song, softly done, very softly done. Here we go.
Thank you. I think between the three of us, we're covering all of the songs from Ghar.
Pretty much, yeah. It's such an iconic movie. And when you're picking songs, you cannot miss any of them, any of those songs of Ghar.
Awesome. Let's get started. आपकी आँखों में कुछ महके हुए से राज हैं, आपकी आँखों में कुछ महके हुए से राज हैं, आपसे भी खूबसूरत आपके अंदाज हैं, आपकी आँखों में कुछ महके हुए से राज हैं.
Don't have any echo.
लब हिले तो मोगरे के फूल खिलते हैं कहीं, लब हिले तो मोगरे के फूल खिलते हैं कहीं, आपकी आँखों में क्या साहिल भी मिलते हैं कहीं, आपकी खामोशियाँ भी आपकी आवाज है,
आपकी आँखों में कुछ महके हुए से राज है, आपसे भी
बेवजह तारीफ करना आपकी आदत तो नहीं, आपकी बदमाशियों के ये नहीं अंदाज है।
आपकी आँखों में कुछ महके हुए से राज है।
आपसे भी खूबसूरत आपके अंदाज है। आपकी आँखों में कुछ महके हुए से राज है।
I think we'll do a
I
song.
love this.
अनिल चौहान कराओके जगत में आपका
That was beautiful. Thank you. I loved
That
it.
was, yeah, just such a lovely duet. It's always enjoyable to sing. Thank you.
From the same movie, we have, yeah, we'll wrap this up with this is the end of all the Ghar songs, I think. कहाँ पे घुंघरू की नहीं फिर वही yes. Thank you.
फिर वही रात है, फिर वही रात है, फिर वही रात है ख्वाब की। ओ रात भर ख्वाब में देखा करेंगे तुम्हें, फिर वही रात है, फिर वही रात है, फिर वही रात है ख्वाब की। ओ रात भर ख्वाब में देखा करेंगे तुम्हें, फिर वही रात है। मासूम सी नींद में जब कोई सपना चले, ओ हमको बुला लेना तुम पलकों के पर्दे तले। ओ ये रात है ख्वाब की रात है, फिर वही रात है, फिर वही रात है, फिर वही रात है ख्वाब की। कांच के ख्वाब हैं आंखों में चुभ जाएंगे, ओ पलकों में लेना इन्हें आंखों में रुक जाएंगे। ओ ये रात है ख्वाब की, की रात है, फिर वही रात है, फिर वही रात है, फिर वही रात है ख्वाब की। ओ रात भर ख्वाब में देखा करेंगे तुम्हें, फिर वही रात है, रात है, रात है।
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Sanjay ji. Would like to invite Shilpa ji to stage now.
Sorry, I moved the chair a little bit.
So that's a little musical chair we have going around here. So we have 3 singers and the mixer set up for 2. So wonderful singing going on. Everyone is enjoying, and I'm reading all the comments. And sorry, in the middle of the program, we cannot respond to all the messages, but all are greatly appreciated and acknowledged from heart. So, aap sabhi log, I hope you're all enjoying it as much as we are. So, Shilpa ji, over to you next. ये घर की जो प्रवेश जी घर जो मूवी थी, ये हर मायने में एक बहुत ही क्लासिक मूवी थी. इसकी जो स्टोरी लाइन है, प्रेजेंटेशन, पिक्चराइजेशन, बहुत ही मतलब एक अलग हट के ये मूवी बनाई थी.
You had to be gutsy to make it in the 70s. Rape and marital issues and things like that is still a problem in 2022 to deal with. And
Yes.
and made this film in 1978. Absolutely brilliant on everyone that participated on that film. Gulzar Saab, Manik Chatterjee, Dad, R.D. Burman, the cast, all of them are fantastic. It's just unbelievable.
Absolutely, and it was ahead of its time in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
In a lot of ways, and it's still done so
Absolutely.
beautifully that we still like घर के song किसी पार्टी में ना हो ऐसा हो नहीं सकता. आरडी ने बर्मन साहब ने इतने बढ़िया ये गाने बनाए हैं, गुलजार साहब ने fantastic lyrics इसके और very meaningful also.
They spent time. They understood it and they spent time and felt it. It's very commercial today. It's very plastic. The studio tells you, we have a bank of songs. That's your situation. You choose from this. We don't want you to compose anything new. So an assistant director comes and shortlists 4 songs and sends maybe to the creative decision makers some of the songs on a WhatsApp, and they say, okay, let's go shoot that song. And then the director doesn't show up for the song because the song is being shot by the choreographer. They just don't make the movies like they used to.
Yeah. तो इसीलिए वो चलती नहीं है. वो overnight movies होती हैं. They're like fast food. They're like fast food. There is no substance to it. तो मैं अपनी ऑडियंस को बताना चाहती हूँ बिफोर वी मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट सॉन्ग, एक बहुत ही मेरे हाथ में एक जिसे कहते हैं एक डायमंड हीरा हाथ लगा है मेरे. प्रवेश जी ने, एंड आई होप आई डोंट गेट टीयरी आईड जस्ट रीडिंग दिस, उन्होंने मुझसे शेयर किया जो लता जी ने ट्रिब्यूट दिया है NN सिप्पी साहब को. तो ये मेरे लिए ट्रेजर है. आई थिंक ये मैं फ्रेम करा के वॉल पे, मेरी वॉल ऑफ फेम है यहाँ पर, हर वॉल पे कोई ना कोई थीम है. दिस वन इज़ लता जी, सो इट डेफिनेटली बिलोंग्स देयर. तो मैं वो आपको बताना चाहती हूँ विथ योर परमिशन प्रवेश जी. नमस्कार. Shri NN Sippy ji and I go back a long way. He was a very nice person who shared a warm camaraderie with me and was a wonderful producer to work with. Some of my memorable songs and super hits were from the films he produced, such as Woh Kaun Thi, Gumnaam in the 60s, Ghar and Sargam in the 80s, and Meri Jung in the later days. Lag Ja Gale from Woh Kaun Thi went on to become a perennial classic, and I was recently delighted to receive an award from a radio channel for this song, awarded the greatest hits of all times. I remember after the recording of the song, Madan Bhaiya, Madan Mohan, the composer, ran towards me and hugged me for my rendition. Sippy ji was extremely delighted and was confident the music would create history. His understanding for good music continued in his films, and some of my personal favorites were from his films. Songs like Tere Bina Jiya Jaye Na, Aaj Kal Paam Zami Par from Ghar, composed by R.D. Burman, and the super hit songs from Sargam, especially Dafli Wale Dafli Baja by Lakshmikant Pyarelal, was a permanent fixture along with Naina Barse from Woh Kaun Thi in many of my live concerts all over the world. It is heartening to know the Sippy family is presenting some of these films to a newer generation, and I am sure they will be received very well. My blessings to NN Sippy ji's children and family, and my best wishes to the entire festival and endeavor. Srimati Lata Sushri Lata Mangeshkar. So this is like, ये दिल से जो उनके भाव निकले हैं, वी कैन ऑल रिलेट टू दैट कि क्या उनका जो कनेक्शन रहा होगा. लता जी ने इतना सब कुछ देखा 70 साल के अपने फिल्मी करियर में, एंड एज लॉन्ग एज शी लिव्ड she saw a lot of ups and downs in the industry, but one thing remained on top, untouched, was the music. And that music has several hands going in it. It's not just the singer, not just the music director, not just the musicians, not just the director or the producer. Everything combined. It's an amalgamation of a lot of minds together.
Musicians that play. He used to do live
Instrumentalist, definitely,
Yeah.
yes. So, we also feel proud that NN Sippy Saab was awarded the Dada Saab Phalke Award.
Yes, he was.
That's what year was that, Pravesh?
It was sometime early.
Early 8. Oh wow, that's amazing. So congratulations for that, and
Thank you.
We wish you all the awards. I mean, I hope you keep getting the awards. I know your film recently was awarded in the festival, so बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. अब कुछ गाने हमारे और बचे हैं, तो शिल्पा जी से मैं आग्रह करूंगी कि वो प्रोग्राम को आगे बढ़ाएं. और कौन सा गाना आप लेकर आई हैं?
तो अब वो कौन थी का ही एक अलग फ्लेवर का गाना सुनते
जी
हैं.
और इस गाने के लिए मैं स्पेशल थैंक्स देना चाहूँगी संगीता गुप्ता जी को, जिन्होंने पहली बार इस गाने से हमारा इंट्रोडक्शन कराया था. बिकॉज हम लोग जब फिल्मों की बात करते हैं, ओके वो कौन थी, ओके लग जा गले, फिर आते हैं अच्छा हम लोग गा सकते हैं, ये नैना बरसे गा सकते हैं, या जो हमने दास्ता सुनाई शोख नज़र की बिजलियाँ, कभी एकदम से दिमाग में आता ही नहीं है. बट जब से संगीता जी ने बताया कि ये गाना आप परफॉर्म करिए ऑन अ मदन मोहन शो, एंड शिल्पा जी sang it so beautifully. So now when this theme came about, the first song she picked was Shokh Nazar Ki Bijliyan. So
it's a beautiful number, and one of, I think, Asha ji's best numbers.
Yes. Okay. So we have it right here.
दिल पे मेरी गिराए जा मेरा न कुछ ख्याल कर तू यूं ही मुस्कुराए जा शाद नजर की बिजलियाँ जाग उठी है आरज़ू जैसे चिराग जल पड़े अब तो वफ़ा की राह में हम तेरे साथ चल पड़े चाहे हंसाए जा हमें चाहे हमें रुलाए जा शौक नजर की बिजलियाँ दिल पे मेरे गिराए जा शौक नजर की बिजलियाँ चैन कहीं किसी घड़ी आए न तेरे बिन मुझे आज मैं इस जहान से छीन लूं एक दिन तुझे मैं तेरे साथ साथ हूँ चाहे नजर बचाए जा शौक नजर की बिजलियाँ दिल पे मेरी गिराए जा मेरा न कुछ ख्याल कर तू यूं ही मुस्कुराए जा शौक नजर की बिजलियाँ
Very nice, Shilpa ji. That was
Beautiful.
Thank you.
amazing. Yeah, sorry about the echo. Actually, let me explain you why. Because when we are singing, we have to go into stereo mode. Uh, so that's why you could get an echo. And I'm trying to mute myself when you are speaking so you don't get an echo. But hopefully, what we can do is to finish the remaining 3-4 songs, and then we can have some more conversation then. Thank you. And welcome, Rajil ji. Good to see you on the show. We had done Binaka Geetmala tribute, I think in 2021. We had done the Sartaj Geet 2 series we had done. So you can find the recording on our Sur Dhanuk Dhun.
Rajal is the legendary Amin Sayani's son.
Yes, I'm very well aware of that. And in fact, I had reached out to him also कि मुझे आप authentic list भेज दीजिए because what we see on social media, you know, कभी कभी ये गाना इधर से उधर हो जाता है तो we wanted authentic list. So he was kind enough to send the list to me and then we had done the Binaka Geetmala ke Sartaj show.
We're grateful to his dad. He kept us on number one for many
Oh,
weeks.
That is, which one was it? Duffly Wale? Which song was that?
Quite a few of the songs. 4 or 5 of the songs were right up there many times. Yes.
Wow. So, I mean, koi usme to koi it was not even rigged because it was audience who did that, who did that, and yeah, just
He was the one calling it. He was the one saying, you know, the number one
yeah,
song.
number one, Sartaj Geet. Yes, we were all witness to that. Binaka Geet Mala से तो इतना passion था कि I remember I was in elementary school. तो रेडियो बिगड़ गया था एक दिन और बुधवार को शाम 8 बजे बिनाका गीतमाला आनी होती थी तो मेरे फादर सुबह रेडियो लेके गए थे कि ऑफिस से वापस आते वक्त रेडियो मैं ठीक करा के ले आऊंगा 8 बज गई और पापा नहीं आए तब तक तो मैं बाहर बालकनी में खड़ी खड़ी रो रही हूँ आई एम सॉबिंग एंड आई एम लाइक आई वाज 7 और 8 ईयर ओल्ड मैं रो रही हूँ कि मेरी बिनाका गीतमाला मिस हो रही है पापा अभी तक नहीं आए तो दिस वाज द उस वक्त का ये जो पैशन, हमारा एक जो लव अफेयर था विद बिना का गीतमाला, बहुत बहुत
ये सब चीजें, this was the magic, you know.
Yes.
This is the beauty.
Absolutely, absolutely. तो next I would like to sing गुमनाम movie का जो गाना है, so I would like to present that. So I hope the echo issue is okay now, Rajil ji, because मैंने stereo mode में जाना पड़ता है to sing a song, otherwise you won't be able to hear our music and all. So
No, it's great. I stopped echoing. Yes.
Thank you. हाँ, तो अभी आपका वापस echo आ जाएगा because I'm going in the stereo audio mode.
And my mic off.
Yeah, thank you. Gumnam also was a classic movie.
बदनाम है कोई, किसको खबर कौन है वो, अनजान है कोई, गुमनाम है कोई, बदनाम है कोई, किसको खबर कौन है वो, अनजान है कोई, गुमनाम है कोई।
True, Rajil ji.
किसको समझे हम अपना, कल का नाम है एक सपना, किसको समझे हम अपना, कल का नाम है एक सपना, आज अगर तुम जिंदा हो तो कल के लिए
Thank you. So, yes, Lakshmi ji, Gumnam, Agatha Christie's mystery novel, The 10 Tangents. Yeah, बहुत ही बढ़िया. उसको भी वो भी movie अभी वापस देखनी पड़ेगी because the music. I watch all the movies if we are doing any shows, तो उस बहाने से मैं अपनी पुरानी जो classics हैं उनको वापस revive करती जाती हूँ. So this was again a very very fantastic movie और उसमें हेलन जी का किरदार भी बहुत अच्छा था और उनका जो गाना फिल्माया गया था वो भी बहुत ही peppy song और मान लो जो कहे किटी केली. So it's like very very शंकर जयकिशन जी की बहुत ही खूबसूरत album. Yeah.
I'm not sharing this with you, but I have a photograph of me exactly 1 year old in Helen's arms on this set in that same costume that she's seen on screen.
And why do you think that you don't have to share it with me?
That's too personal.
No,
that's too personal.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And I'm sure that picture is not on social media, so I have no luck there. I just have to twist your arm. I just have to twist your arm. No, that's Helen G was she still is. I mean, she's a beautiful person. She's such a very down to earth. What we see on the screen is nowhere close to who she is in real life. So, yeah, so amazing. Shilpa ji, over to you. Aapka solo song is remaining. Okay.
We're going back to Ghar.
Yeah, you're going back to Ghar.
Ghar वापसी.
Ghar वापसी. Yes.
लेकिन ये गाना गाए बगैर I think Ghar सारे ही गाने excellent है लेकिन ये गाना गाए बगैर Ghar movie को tribute I think नहीं दिया जा सकता.
That
so
is
here
true.
it goes.
M Mac जी आप उसको देखें तो आप पहले प्रवेश जी को प्रॉमिस कर दीजिए you'll finance his next film then. I don't know if that's enough of a bribe. आज वो नहीं हिलने वाला है मुझे नहीं लगता. Maybe Pravesh ji can start a show like Popcorn with Pravesh and then he can show that on that. So, okay, Shilpa ji, over to you. Let me get back to stereo audio mode. And here you are. And after that, we will have 2 duet songs. Okay. So, back to Ghar.
सांस में सांस जाए ना तेरे बिना जिया जाए ना बिन तेरे बिन साजना सांस में सांस आए ना तेरे बिना जिया जाए ना तेरे बिना जिया जाए ना रेशम राधे रोज न होंगी ये सौगातें रोज न होंगी रेशम राधे रोज न होंगी ये सौगातें रोज न होंगी जिंदगी तुझ बिन रास न आए रास आए ना तेरे बिना जिया जाए ना तेरे बिना जिया जाए ना बिन तेरे बिन साजना सांस में सांस आए ना तेरे बिना जिया जाए ना
Wonderful, wonderful, Shilpa ji.
Thank you.
So we have two duet songs left now. I would like to invite Sanjay ji on stage, and then after these two duets, then we will talk to Pravesh ji more. Pravesh ji, आज देखिए आपका मैजिक है ये हमारे यहाँ पर जगह जगह से सुनने की ऑडियंस आई हुई है यूके से इंडिया में हर जहाँ जहाँ से people are watching it from a lot of different places, even from Goa. We have one audience from Goa for the first time. So thank you so much for sharing the link with your friends and family. So the remaining two duets that we have with Sanjay ji is one is from Devtaa movie. I think this was a very underrated duet song. When I started listening to this song, it's a very, very cutely done, I think. ये चांद चुरा के लाया हूँ, मतलब बहुत ही सिंपल चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे, और ये बहुत ही क्यूट सा सॉन्ग है, लाइक अ बुटीक सॉन्ग जैसा. So we'll sing that, and then right after that we have another duet, तोता मैना की कहानी, and then we'll talk more with Pravesh ji.
We had a tough time finding a good track for this, so
Yeah. No, this is pretty good actually. This is pretty good. So.
चांद चुरा के लाया हूँ, चांद चुरा के लाया हूँ, चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे. ओ ना कोई देखे ना पहचाने, बैठे पेड़ के नीचे, चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे.
गाने दो ना।
अच्छा
हाँ
तो फिर चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे, ओ चांद चुरा के लाई हूँ, चांद चुरा के लाई हूँ, चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे। Welcome Jyoti ji, that's so nice to see you here.
चल दरिया पर कश्ती लेकर दूर कहीं बह जाए, चल दरिया पर कश्ती लेकर दूर कहीं बह जाए।
ढूंढ पाए बस्ती वाले साहिल से कह जाए।
बोल दिया तो
बोला
अच्छा तो फिर चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे। अरे चांद चुरा के लाया हूँ, चांद चुरा के लाया हूँ, चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे।
ना कोई देखे ना पहचाने, बैठे पेड़ के नीचे, चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे। चांद चुरा के लाया हूँ, चांद चुरा के लाया हूँ, चल बैठे चर्च के पीछे। So this was more like there's a bit of a conversational piece in there. So sorry, I missed. I was too busy watching the comments. So if she's NN Sippy Saab's granddaughter, it must be your daughter, Praveshi.
No, that's my sister's daughter.
Ah, okay, yes. Welcome Jyoti ji, and all the way from Singapore. Thank you so much for joining the show.
It's only 1 a.m. in Singapore.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful. So the last song that we will be presenting, Sanjay and I picked that one for the end because it's a very, very peppy song और हमारा favorite song है. बहुत ही बढ़िया composition है. तोता मैना की कहानी. So here it is.
तोता मैना की कहानी, तोता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी हो गई। ओ तोता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी हो गई। अब है सबके लबों पर ये ताज़ा खबर, एक लड़की दीवानी हो गई।
कितनी सुहानी हो गई, तुझसे मिलके जिंदगानी हाय कितनी सुहानी हो गई। मिलते ही नजर हुआ ऐसा असर, मैं फकीरे की रानी हो गई। तोता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी हो गई। ओ तोता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी हो गई। Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
कहीं कोई न था दूर दूर तक हम जिसको हमारा कहते, हम जिसको हमारा कहते।
तू न मिलता अगर सोनी राह पर, पिया हम बेसहारा रहते, पिया हम बेसहारा रहते।
ऐ मेरे हम सफर चाहने वालों पर,
मेरे हम सफर चाहने वालों पर, वक्त की
मेहरबानी
हो गई। तोता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी पुरानी हो गई। ओ तोता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी पुरानी हो गई।
Yes, Kasim ji, that's a beautiful, beautiful song from Chor, Machaye, Shor. It was presented early on in the program.
तू रंग है, मैं हूँ खुशबू, गुल खिलते हैं अपने मिलन से, गुल खिलते हैं अपने मिलन से।
तेरा मुखड़ा है सामने मेरे, मुझे मतलब नहीं है चमन से, मुझे मतलब नहीं है चमन से।
एक अपनी डगर, एक अपना नगर,
एक अपनी डगर, एक अपना नगर, एक अपनी
कहानी हो गई। तोता मैना हाय कितनी सुहानी हो गई। तुझसे मिलके जिंदगानी हाय कितनी सुहानी हो गई। मिलते ही नजर हुआ ऐसा असर, मैं फकीरे की रानी हो गई। तोता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी पुरानी हो गई। ओ तोता मैना की कहानी तो पुरानी पुरानी हो गई। ला 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 ला, ला 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 ला।
थैंक यू। तो ये इसी के साथ में सिंगिंग का जो शोकेस था वो खत्म होता है। सॉरी, आई वाज मल्टीटास्किंग व्हाइल सिंगिंग आल्सो। जस्ट
10-20 गाने और बच गए हैं, पार्ट 2 करना पड़ेगा।
अभी मैंने कमेंट देखा कि वी रिक्वेस्ट यू टू कंटिन्यू दिस प्रोग्राम एटलीस्ट वंस इन अ मंथ। यस, वी वुड लव टू डू दैट। प्रवेश जी को हमें वो करना पड़ेगा, ब्राइब to come on the show every month. Yeah, we love to sing. Or we have a group called Sur Dhanuk Dhun who has been performing. We have been doing stage shows, charity shows for many years now. और अभी लॉकडाउन के टाइम पे we discovered कि ये ऑनलाइन भी हम लोग कर सकते हैं. So I'm really thankful to ऑल आवर ऑडियंस जिन्होंने 2 साल से ज़्यादा हमारे साथ में जुड़े हुए हैं हर बार जो भी प्रोग्राम होता है. एंड इनफैक्ट राजिल जी यहाँ है तो मैं बता देना ठीक समझती हूँ कि जो 2 टॉप मोस्ट व्यूड प्रोग्राम जो हमारे थे वो सरताज गीत बिनाका गीत माला पार्ट 1 जिसमें 56 से 77 के गाने प्रेजेंट किए गए थे एंड मदन मोहन एंड शंकर जयकिशन. एंड आई नो दिस विल ये आज वाला शो विल बी अ टफ कंपटीशन to both the shows because this was like we have had audience who stayed with us throughout the program
अक्सर शो में होता है कि बाद में काफ़ी फ़िल्टरिंग हो जाती है एंड पीपल जस्ट काइंड ऑफ जिसको कहते हैं हिंदी भाषा में हमारे खिसक लेते हैं 1-2 गाने सुन के लेकिन ऐसा आज नहीं हुआ एंड वी हैव आई सॉ दैट ए ग्रैंड child of NN Sippy sahab also, Ruj Vaidya ji. So her husband's Nana ji was NN Sippy sahab. So
Yes.
that is wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining all your families here, and we are so honored.
Yes, it's supposed to be terrific. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So Shilpa ji, aap aa jaiye. So now we can all be visible to everyone. And प्रवेश जी, आपका बहुत बहुत विशेष तौर पे मैं धन्यवाद कहना चाहूँगी कि आप अपना इतना बिजी समय निकाल कर हमारे यहाँ पर आए हैं और हमें ना सिर्फ आपने समय दिया बल्कि आपने वो एनेक्डोट्स हमें बताए, वो किस्से कहानियाँ हमें बताई हैं और लता जी का ये ट्रिब्यूट शेयर किया है. सो वी आर वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू यू. Over to you,
I
Pravesh.
really enjoyed myself, and I'm grateful to everyone, like you said, who sat through the whole 2 hour plus, almost 2.5 hours.
Yes.
And you guys were brilliant. You guys were terrific. So thank you. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच. एंड लक्ष्मी जी का मैं अगेन थैंक्स बोलना चाहूँगी कि उन्होंने 2021 में बिगिनिंग में शी हैड रीच्ड आउट टू मी दैट वी शुड डू अ शो विद प्रवेश जी. सो इट टुक मी दिस लॉन्ग टू फाइनली put this show together, and I'm really happy. This was the last one of the Mehfil-e Taranum series, जिसमें हमने बहुत सारे म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर्स एंड singers and lyricists की second generation को present किया था. So this was the banner for all the show. Let me show it to the audience. So Mehfil-e Taranum was the title of the series. So that this today's program concludes the Mehfil-e Taranum ki series, and we are so honored that we had a great successful series. We had about 15 presentation in that. All of the recording can be found on Sur Dhanuk Dhun's YouTube channel, and if you will be kind enough, if you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, you know there is always power in number and beautiful. It just looks good. I know that we have your blessing. So, and Pravesh ji, aapka bahut bahut dhanyawad, and we wish you all the best in your future movie career. And ek din we hope to, and we know that you will be the recipient of the same Dada Saheb Phalke Award that your father received. So
Thank you. And I'm looking forward to being in your area with Lakshmi ji's help in the near future. And hopefully you can come watch The Invisible Visible.
Please do let me know, and I will be honored if I can host you here. So do let me know when the timeline. We do have a stage show coming up on either September 17th or the 24th. So if your visit coincides with that, then please do know that we will be honored to have your presence on the show, because usme bhi Sippy Sahab ke, of course, Lag Ja Gale will be performed. Dafli Wale will be there. So yeah, so we invite you. Please, we'll be honored if we can. And do let me know wherever it is. If time permits, then I will definitely be there. Would love to meet with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
everyone.
Shabba khair. Good night to India, and a great day for USA and the respective all over the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.